Hi there, Dead Ideal Boy here, back with another video, and this time we've got an absolutely amazing race for you. It's got everything in it, and I mean everything in it. And if you hang around long enough, then you'll get a little bit of a surprise. Yeah, so it's worth watching. If you've just found the channel for the first time, then think about maybe subscribing. If you're returning to the channel and haven't subscribed, then think about subscribing. We're so close to 4,000 subscribers now. I think we only need about another 60 or so subscribers, so that would be, well, it would blow my mind to hit 4,000 subscribers. I never thought I would hit 40 subscribers, never mind 4,000. So thank you to everybody who has already subscribed. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy the video, so let's get into the action. So here we have it, it's Daily Race C, it's from Lago Maggiore, and it's in the Group 4 cars now. It was the Nissan Silva that was the car of choice for the most part, although people were running some strong races using the Megane. And yeah, we're in P2 to begin with. It's a bit of a mixed lobby. It was later on at night, so there were some A+ drivers like myself, probably the top 4 or 5 drivers. Really thinking about the win here, and yeah, that's what we had on our mind, although as you've probably guessed from previous videos, the win is always very hard for me to come by for a variety of different reasons, but hopefully we can try and lay those ghosts to rest, but it won't be easy, as like I said, there's some quick drivers, especially TSL in front of us. We've got X-Power, Gypsy King, Scotty Senior behind us, so yeah, all guys who are capable of winning this race. So here we are, lap 1. We really just, as always, want to just try and ease ourselves into the race. Tyre wear is an issue. We're starting on the racing soft tyres, and we're going to, basically do 2 stints on these tyres. The softs are required in this race, and the medium tyres are also, the hard tyres were also available, so you could do a hard stint, a soft stint, but the double soft stint is what I'm going to be attempting to do today. But yeah, tyre wear is really high in this race, so the tyres start to go off after a couple of laps, so you've really got to make the most of them while you've got them. And you can see here we've managed to get a really good run down into Big Banky Boy. And can we get a move done on TSL? Not quite, but what we've done is we have firmly cemented ourselves in that slipstream of the Megane. We're going to try and put a lot of pressure on him. So coming up here, we're actually gaining on him a lot quicker than I expected to be, and we go a little bit wide here, but then we go for the dive down inside, but we get that all wrong, and I have no idea how I kept the car pointing straight there, because that was quite a significant impact on the wall. But miraculously, the car's still going forward, the damage is minimal, as you can hear a couple of horns being honked behind me, but we're still well in the slipstream. Although X-Power is putting a lot of pressure, you can just see from the radar and the delta, he is now firmly in my slipstream. So coming across the line, you complete lap 1 successfully, no dramas there, and we're still well within touching distance of the leader. So skipping forward, midway through lap 3, you can see here we're going to continue pressurising TSL. We've got a great run coming out of these S-bends here. You can see exactly how fast we're going to start to approach. We've also gapped the cars behind. X-Power has dropped off, he's been taken over by Gypsy King, and we're going to head down into Big Banky Boy. Look at the run, look at the speed we've got here. This is it, this is our moment to take the lead in the race, and we're going to try and just nail this braking point and get the good run exit with just the slightest of lifts there, and that slight lift allows TSL to get a really good cutback on me. And we're going side by side now here, a little bit of door banging there, nothing major, a little bit of door banging there, we just go a little bit wide, and again we're finding ourselves skimming the wall, not quite as seriously as the last attempt though, but yeah, we're still pointing forward, going forward, that's the main thing, although TSL has got the cutback into position. So nothing then changed, ahead into lap 4 now. This is the point where the whole race begins to change, because I just at the last moment decide to go into the pit lane. I actually wasn't sure if I was going to get a penalty there, because I was really close to the pit lane entry line, but we don't get the 3-second penalty that's been catching so many people out. And we have done the strategy that most people were not doing, and we went in for the pit at the end of lap 4, which is going to hopefully get us a bit of an undercut. But you can see there's traffic ahead of us, although we are in a gap, so it just depends how quickly we catch this traffic and exactly, you know, what their strategy is when they pit. They could be on hard tyres, they could be on soft, we just don't know at this point. You can see though there's quite a big gap ahead of us, but we were closing in on them pretty quickly, and by the end of lap 5 we are now coming up to that traffic. And you can see there up on the left hand side, Gypsy King and TSL, they've traded positions and they're now in the pits, although Gypsy King has got significantly more fuel to put in, so TSL is going to get a jump on Gypsy King coming out of the pits. Now it's all about whether or not I can get past now, because we're all going to come out roughly at the same time, and I've got 3 cars in front of me in terms of traffic, so we're going to have to do some manoeuvring here. We've actually managed to get ahead, we've got the undercut done in terms of the lead between Gypsy King and TSL, but just managing to sneak up the inside there. I don't think he expected me to be there as he turned in, and we make a little bit of contact, but we've managed to get past 2 of these slower cars, and now we've got 1 more to get past. Now it's crucial that we try and get past these cars as quickly as possible, because Gypsy King and TSL will be on fresher tyres, a lot fresher than mine by the end of the race. So if I don't make the most of this lap here, then it's going to be a huge factor in deciding what happens the remainder of this race. But we make another good move down the inside. We've got, like I said, fresher tyres. We managed to hold the position against the Alpha, and we're going to keep the inside there as it battles us, but we're now into the S-bends and he's got to kind of file in behind me, because going too wide round here is just absolute suicide. So we've got the job done in terms of passing that traffic, although there is more up ahead, so it really was difficult to work out what was happening in this race and who was in what strategy. But all I did know at this point was that I was ahead on track of Gypsy King and TSL, and there was now traffic between them and me, but there's a long way to go in the race, that's for sure. And you can see up ahead closing in on more traffic, and I really did need the traffic ahead to pit. That would be critical to my race, and I didn't know if they were going to pit or not, so hopefully they will, but if they don't, then this race is going to take another major twist. We're driving okay at the moment. We've set the fastest lap of the race, you can see there, the 2:05.3, which wasn't particularly quick, but it was quick enough to get the job done in this race so far. You can see the Audi TT, that must be really struggling on tyres, and you can see that it is as we make up a lot of ground there, and they both go into the pits ahead, so that's, well, that's as good as we wanted it. They're all in hard tyres. You can see the differences in strategy that were going on in this race. It really was an interesting race. PD for once actually, well, probably for the first time since week 1 of Gran Turismo 7, actually giving us genuine strategy to work with here. And Gypsy King and TSL, you can now see they are on track, the next 2 cars behind us, and we've got a healthy lead though, 4.3 seconds, but the tyre wear is the big issue here, and you can see by the end of lap 7, going into lap 8, the gap is now down to 2.6 seconds. As Gypsy King and TSL now starting to make some moves. You can see Gypsy in the clean air, he's managed to do a 2:04.3. You can see fuel is also an issue now, as we've got just over 1 lap remaining, and we come across the line to start the final lap, and the gap is now down to less than 2 seconds. So I'm not going to lie, I was absolutely feeling the strain here. The tyres are, you know, really struggling now, so we've just got to try and manage them as best as possible. I know for a fact that Gypsy King and TSL behind us will have, you know, at least, it doesn't sound much, but 1 lap fresher tyre with the current tyre wear in this race was worth about 12 laps in terms of real tyre wear. So yes, it's a lot. 1 lap of racing on these soft tyres did a lot of damage to them. So we really need to keep them out of slipstream, that's for sure, and that is going to be difficult, because you can see the gap is coming down quickly. We're now down to 1.6 seconds. Coming through here without losing any time is going to be critical, and we managed to hold on, but we can't really get the power down the way we would normally like to, but we do get out of it, and we've still got that 1.6 gap, so that's good. So it's still coming down, but we've not got long left in the race now, as we're over halfway through this lap. Coming down to Big Banky Boy, this is going to be absolutely critical here. Can we nail this corner and get a good driving exit up there? Just enough track there for us to use as we head up the hill. Really, really struggling to keep this car, you know, on the racing line and out of that slipstream, but we're managing it just. But this sector is going to be tough as we head in and clip the apex. But we're not anywhere near the full amount of speed that we should be taking through here. You can hear a horn being tooted in the background, and you can see the delta has come right down now, less than a second. Not got much fuel left, but that's not going to be an issue here. We just need to keep the car going forward, and our strategy of going for the big undercut has paid off, and we're going to cross the line and we're taking the win. It's a rare occasion that you get the video with the victory in it, and we have managed it. So not a bad finishing time for me there, and you can see Gypsy King and TSL making up the podium. So yeah, good race here. But if we look at the replay, we can see what happened to X-Power and Scotty Senior, and it all started here. Now X-Power has had an issue with Scotty Senior for some time now, and he just tries to take him out. It was quite deliberate what he tried to do. He tried to absolutely annihilate Scotty, but Scotty, not to be outdone. I laugh when I see it back now. That was absolutely clinical. A dive bomb for the ages here. Let's look at it from Scotty's position here. He's got a lot of ground to make up and a lot of grass to cover, and he manages to pull off perfectly. So that's how it started, with X-Power trying to take Scotty out, and really the race ended for them both with Scotty taking X-Power out. Now in the next race, this is how it ended. X-Power took me on the last corner in the last section here, and I thought that was my race. I was going to settle for 5th place, but a little twist in the tail here as we come round the last corner. I've not had this much luck for a while, but all of a sudden you look at that fuel gauge and he's out of fuel as he goes towards the line, and you'll just see me on the left hand side. Thank you very much. We'll take that position there and we grab 5th place. So yeah, just a little bit of I don't know if karma is the word, because he did kind of nudge me out of the way in lap 1 to take the position off me in that race, but we got the result back in the end. But yeah, quite entertaining, really good racing last week on Race C, and we've got some really good racing this week as well in Race C, so PD are upping their game. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, hopefully you hit the like button, and hopefully you subscribe. So we'll see you all again, and hope you have a great time. Bye bye.